Hi, thank you for joining me today. I am Jackie Horton. I am a certified wellness and health coach, and I'm so happy to have you both here today. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
So as always, I'd like to hear what people individual goals are in regards to how do they define wellness and health. And so when you think of those words together, if you could just give me an idea of how you define wellness and health for your life.
Well, I personally define wellness and health as being independent of being able to work and eat healthy. I try to incorporate some exercises throughout the day. Like I'll walk 3 to 4 days a week for about 30 minutes. I don't always eat the way that I should, but it's always on my mind. So I'm trying to do better with my eating because I know that they both go hand in hand.
Absolutely, thank you. Ms. W.
Okay, so I define health and wellness is similar to her, just being able to actively participate in life, being able to enjoy the things that I want to enjoy without any health issues or hindrances, finding some peace of mind, and also I want her learning how to eat right. Now I also work out. I like the gym and I like the weights, and I try to do that 3 times a week. But the diet is always an issue, trying to find the time to prep the meals and, get the things together. If it was a way that you could do it takes so much planning and thought. I think that's one of the problems that you have with just the planning of it. But that's how I define it.
So one thing that I've been pushing back on is not making exercise be included as only physical activity. I try to separate the two as far as description and definition. So tell me, how would you bring about a distinction between what is physical activity and what is exercise? Or do you see it the same?
I don't see it the same. Well, let me clarify that. To me, it's the same, but it's different. Let me give an example, and I'll just use my husband as an example if I may, because my husband, he will go out. Let's say he's doing lawn work. He feels like because he's pushing the lawnmower, he's getting exercise. Well, you are moving, but that is not the same as you intentionally doing 3 sets of crunches or a 30-minute brisk walk. That is not the same to me, but he wants to use that in place of the other. So if that makes any sense. But for me, I still believe that I need to incorporate some type of exercises. Yes, targeted exercises. Absolutely, that is correct.
Targeted.
What about you, Ms. W?
I'm kind of the same. Well, I do look at, when I say I'm going to exercise, I do tend to think when I'm targeted, when I go to the gym, that's what's considered my exercise. But like her husband Dan, also when I get out there and do lawn work, what I start to do, I'll move a little faster. I said, well, I'm getting some exercise, so if I'm moving, I'm bending, whatever I'm doing, I kind of consider that as some type of healthy movement, because it's better than being sitting. So I can't say it's movement, and I think it's all going to help me to be healthy. However, I do agree that targeted exercise is maybe more, something that's planned out more direct and address certain issues better.
Exactly. I mean, you both said the key words that I use in any time that I'm coaching individuals is that physical activity is something, if you can do it, you will do it, right? You gotta walk to the bathroom, you gotta walk here and there. But exercise is targeted, intentional, and outcome driven. And so in order to create an exercise program, you have to look at it in those terms. So let's say for my individual plan for up until December, I plan to just get back into toning. So I naturally would do that if I'm moving around. However, but if I'm targeted, intentional, and have a driven outcome, I would be more focused on what type of exercise I do to get that done. So definitely. So my last question, with you both being teachers, I know when we were in school, the food pyramid chart was a big thing. We had it on all the walls. First question, do you all still use those type of tools to educate on nutrition and eating healthy?
Well,
is it incorporated in any of your learning? Teaching.
As classroom teaching, not really. It just depends on what your structure is. It's all been related things are sectioned out. That may be health and PE. But I know that as a teacher, I often ask, "Are you eating it? Do you have any vegetables?" Because a lot of the kids bring in junk and snacks. So what we've noticed is we don't see kids having full meals or full square meals, even at lunch. You know, the lunch is not even to me whatever the pyramid chart is supposed to be. They still do milk, you know, and they still do, but you don't see the fruit or a vegetable. Most of the kids, they don't even understand that. They just eat junk. So if I have a chance, you should eat. I'll say to them, you know, where's your vegetables? Try to eat a little bit of vegetable, just put it in that way. That's kind of what I do as far as
Right. I agree. If we show them, you know, like it's not necessarily a food chart. It may come across because she teaches science. You know, like, so it may come across, especially in
I can
science.
do a little bit better in
Yes,
science.
a little
Yes,
bit,
It can be
right.
incorporated.
I can put it in
Right.
there because we talk about the food web and the food
Right.
cycle in science, and we try to talk about that. So
Yeah, but she's right. We don't really talk about that as much as not taught. However, if they're in PE, they may say something about it in PE because we don't even have students don't have those health classes that we had when we were growing up
Wow.
in the classroom. So that's where it was taught, you know, back when we were in school, in the elementary school or even in high school at that time. But yeah, it's just not taught as much. So we have to kind of give it to them in isolation.
Okay, excellent. Well, I thank you for sharing that because that's really one of my big goals is really moving universally to get people more in a place of doing healthier nutrition. Because we notice that as the child grows up, he or she keeps those habits, and those habits impact health, right? And the largest, America has the largest number of people with chronic conditions, multiple chronic conditions, yet we're one of the most industrial countries in the nation. And so there is something happening in America that's not working. And partly it sounds like to me is how we're promoting wellness and health at a young age. And so, well, thank you both for your time. Let's continue to talk more about this, and I appreciate you all, and good luck with your future endeavors.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.